Hi, it's Miss Hassler, middle school counselor at Lincoln. I'm coming today to talk to you more in detail about different things that you are planning in your family schedule at home. Dr. Maher and I have given you tools to help you plan both your general schedule, what it looks like on a weekly basis, and then get really into that specific schedule that you're planning for your Wednesday time of learning. When you're thinking about those schedules, you'll notice that there's a lot of time on technology. Time on technology is something as parents that we were very concerned about and curious about even before distance learning. Now with distance learning, it's become even a bigger conversation because they're spending so much time on their technology with the synchronous time and then also a good amount with the asynchronous time as well. So let's talk a little bit about some tips to decide on what is appropriate for your family regarding screen time. Now, the thing is, there is no right or wrong answer. There is no recommendation on how many hours or how much time your child should be spending on using the computer or phone or TV. There used to be recommendations for ages and amount of time, but what they discovered over the years is that not all time on technology is created equally, and not all time affects your child in the same way. So when we talk about time on the computer, what's known is that there's two big categories of what children and adults are using their time for. One is being a consumer of the technology, and that might be watching shows or just looking at feeds on social media or just on YouTube watching video after video. Then there's the other category, which is being a creator. And creators are ones who are making things. Art on the computer, maybe they're making, writing stories, or they are updating blogs, or face one-to-one chatting with a friend, or coding. So there's lots of different activities in both categories, but do you see how they're distinct in the way you're being a consumer or being a creator? So my first tip is look at the time your child is spending in each category, and make sure that there's a good amount of time of them being a creator. Now again, I can't tell you what the right amount of time is, but my next tip is to see how your child feels after they spend that time on the computer, whether it's being a consumer or a creator. Have your child start making their own observations and reports about how they feel, not just mentally, like their emotional state, but also physically. Are they tired? Are they awake? And then also give your child your feedback on what you notice about what they seem to feel like when they're done with whatever they're doing on their technology. So for example, one child might spend a half an hour doing a coding activity, and they might come away from that being excited and energetic because they created something and that was a good outlet for them. And it leaves them feeling happy and in a good mood for the rest of the day. Where another child may sit down for a half hour and do a coding project, and even though they wanted to do it, they might leave feeling cranky, tired, mad, and in an overall bad mood the rest of the day. So that's why, as one example, you see that we can't give you the correct guidance on what your child should be doing or how much time they should be doing it. But as with everything in middle school, this is the perfect time to experiment and to give feedback to your child about what is working for them and what you're noticing, and to have them take that into their own mind and evaluate what they're doing so that they can make choices to set them up for the best situations. There are, however, some guidance and some suggestions for my last tip about when should we have no tech time. And two big suggestions for a middle school kid is that you have those family dinners or those family gatherings like I talked about in the first session, which are still really important, and that at that family time, everyone is off of their phone and social media and technology to really just engage with each other and not be multitasking. The other suggestion of no tech time for this age group is to not have technology in their bedroom when it is bedtime. Even if the computer is closed or the phone is farther away from them, or they're saying it's on silence, they can still see the light or hear the vibration when they're getting a message, and that temptation sometimes is too much to resist, or even if they're resisting it, it's disrupting their sleeping patterns. So they need your help in getting a good night's sleep. So all of technology should be removed from the bedroom. And I hear from a lot of teenagers at this age that they use their phone as their alarm clock. My suggestion is to get an alarm clock separate from a telephone. Once they have an alarm clock in there, then they can have the technology out of their room. I'm going to share 2 good resources to learn more all about parenting with technology. One of the best resources, Common Sense Media, is All Things Tech, and they actually develop curriculum that we use at schools to help teach safety and knowledge about technology. And so I'll give you that as a resource. And also the Screenagers documentary that you all have seen last year, or if you haven't seen it, maybe you've heard of it, created by a doctor in her search for technology for her child. They do Tech Talk Tuesday emails. So get on their listserv. I'll share the website. And every Tuesday, you can be reminded of different things that maybe you should be thinking of throughout your life and the year with your child about parenting with technology. See you next time.